Can you imagine coming from a Gaza refugee camp and ending up as a star watched by millions? That's Mohammad Assaf for you. Starting out with just his voice and a dream, he broke through all barriers to win Arab Idol. Isn't it wild how a kid from such a tough place became a beacon of hope for so many? Makes you wonder, what does it really take to turn your dreams into reality? So how did Mohammad Assaf start his journey? Picture him as a little kid in Khan Yunis, finding bits of joy and a big dream in a place full of challenges. He didn't have much, but he had his voice, and man, did he use it. From family gatherings to local festivals, Mohammad was always the kid who'd stand up and sing, turning any spot into his stage. What's cool is how everyone around could see this kid was going somewhere, even if they didn't know where yet. But think about this, how tough must it have been to keep that dream alive in Gaza, right? Despite all the noise of daily struggles, Mohammad kept his eyes on the prize. And it wasn't just about singing for him. It was about lifting up those around him with his music. He believed in his voice as a tool, not just for fame but for change. Can you imagine the pressure? Being that beacon of hope when you're still figuring out your own way? But he pushed through, getting better with every note, driven by the belief that his music could one day resonate beyond the walls that surrounded him. It's kind of like that saying, about how stars can't shine without darkness. That was Mohammad, a star in the making, shining because of the darkness, not in spite of it. What do you think kept him going? Was it just talent or something more? It really makes you wonder about the power of passion and perseverance, doesn't it? Now let's talk about how Mohammad Assaf really made his mark. Ever thought about what it takes to chase a dream when every step forward feels like 3 steps back? For Assaf, getting to Arab Idol was no walk in the park. First off, just getting out of Gaza to audition was a saga on its own. He had to sweet-talk his way through checkpoints and even bribe border guards, imagine that. And then at the auditions, when it looked like he might not even get his chance to shine, a fellow Palestinian gave up his own spot for him. How's that for fate stepping in? And when he finally got to perform, people didn't just like him, they loved him. His voice, his charisma, it all just clicked. Winning Arab Idol wasn't just about the title for Assaf. It was about proving to everyone back home and around the world that a kid from Gaza could make it big. Every song he sang on that stage brought him closer to his dream and gave his people back home something to cheer about. It was like every note he hit was a win for him and for them. Think about it, how often do we see someone turn a personal victory into a symbol of hope for an entire community? That's exactly what Mohammad Assaf did. His victory was more than just a personal achievement. It was a historic moment of pride for Palestinians everywhere. Doesn't that just make you root for the guy? What do you think was going through his mind during those final moments on the show? Challenges and triumphs. All right, so winning Arab Idol was huge. But life didn't just smooth out for Mohammad Assaf. After that, it got even more intense. You might wonder, what kind of challenges does a rising star face after such a big win? Well, for Assaf, it was about balancing the spotlight with the realities back home. Imagine having the eyes of the world on you, expecting you to be a voice for a whole nation. That's a lot for anyone, right? But here's where Assaf stands out. He didn't just bask in his new fame, he used it. He spoke up about the struggles of his people in Gaza and the West Bank, never shying away from the tough topics. It's like every time he got a platform, he turned it into a chance to shed light on what was happening back home. But it wasn't all heavy stuff. Assaf also became a symbol of joy and unity. His music and his story brought people together, even in tough times. And let's not forget, navigating fame comes with its own set of trials, especially when you're from a place as politically charged as Gaza. Assaf had to be smart, knowing when to step up and when to step back, always trying to be the right kind of role model. So what do you think drives someone like him? How does he keep his cool and stay true to himself with all that pressure? It's pretty inspiring to see someone use their spotlight for good, don't you think? How would you handle it if you were in his shoes? Now let's dive into what Mohammad Assaf has achieved since his Arab Idol days. It's not just about the fame, he's made some real waves. First off, the guy didn't just go back to singing at weddings. he hit the global stage big time. Albums, sold-out tours, and even a role as a UN ambassador. How many singers do you know who can list that on their resume? But here's where it gets really cool. Assaf didn't just use his voice for singing. He used it to bridge cultures and bring attention to Palestinian issues. He's been a cultural ambassador, not just for Palestine, but for Arab music in general. His tracks blend traditional Arabic sounds with modern vibes, making them hits both at home and internationally. Plus, his music videos? Always a treat, with visuals that tell a story just as powerful as his lyrics. And let's talk impact. Assaf's become a beacon for young Palestinians, showing them that their dreams aren't bound by the confines of current situations. His story is a reminder that talent and perseverance can really take you places. It's more than just making music. It's about making a difference. What's really inspiring is seeing how he's remained grounded. Despite the global spotlight, he stayed true to his roots, always pushing for peace and unity through his work. Isn't it incredible how some people can turn their success into a platform for change? What do you think is next for him? Luxury lifestyle and assets. So what's life like for Mohammad Assaf after all that fame? Well, it's definitely a step up from his humble beginnings. Living the life of a star, Assaf enjoys the fruits of his hard-earned success. Though details about his exact assets like cars and properties aren't publicly disclosed, we can piece together a picture of his lifestyle from his estimated net worth, which is reported to be between $1 million and $5 million as of 2023. Given this net worth, it's safe to say Mohammad likely enjoys some of the finer things. In places like Dubai or Amman, where many stars of his caliber reside or spend time, luxury cars like a Mercedes-Benz or a Range Rover, which can cost anywhere from $50,000 to over $100,000, are common sights. As for properties, a modern apartment in a stylish district or a villa in a more secluded area could range significantly in price depending on the location and amenities, easily reaching several $100,000. While specifics are scant, Assaf's lifestyle is undoubtedly a far cry from his days in the refugee camp, reflecting not just personal success, but also the admiration and support he's garnered from fans worldwide. He's not just singing songs, he's living a dream that seemed almost unreachable during his early life in Gaza. What do you think drives a star like him to keep going, and how might he use his influence next? Mohammad Assaf's journey from a Gaza camp to global stages is truly inspiring. As you reflect on his story, think about the dreams you're chasing and the obstacles you're overcoming. Got thoughts or feel inspired? Drop a comment, share this story with friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more incredible tales like Assaf's. What's your dream? Let's hear it.